Hi, it's Kristen, and these are the last lot of books I got in 2024. So, these are the books I got in September, October, November, and December, the last sort of quarter of the year. So, let's just go through them, I guess, in the order I got them in. So, first of all, I went to a new independent bookshop that's opened in Bristol called the Haunted Bookshop. It's all like witchy horror vibes. I picked up Smother Moss by Alyssa Allering. This, I was drawn in by the cover initially. I thought it was quite striking colours. This is about a young girl who lives in Appalachia in the 1980s, and it says she takes care of her great aunt all while her mother works backbreaking shifts at the nearby asylum. She's got a peculiar little sister that she worries about. So we've got like the focus on her family there, but then a pair of female hikers are murdered on the Appalachian Trail, and Sheila and her sister are drawn into the hunt for the killer. That sounded really interesting to me. It's quite a short book, so I feel like if it really grips me, it's one that I can get through quite quickly. But yeah, I just thought it sounded interesting. I think it's a debut, and it was new out last year, so I hadn't heard of it. And I quite like every now and then just going to a bookshop, seeing a book, and picking up something that I'd previously never heard of. And this was the case for this one, as was the case for the next one, which is The Memory of Animals by Claire Fuller. This is about a woman who wakes up in a hospital bed and nothing is as it should be. There's no food and nobody to tend to her. The city streets outside her window have fallen silent. She doesn't know it yet, but a debilitating new virus is sweeping the globe and the world will never be the same again. So she's then just stuck in this hospital with, I guess, the other people that are there, and it's the end of the world and it's all dystopian. I love a bit of dystopian fiction. I love a bit of speculative fiction, but I don't tend to read it that often. But this, again, the cover really drew me in. But I just thought it sounded really interesting and like something I would like, but like something I've not read in a long time. So these two are from the Haunted Bookshop. Very similar colour scheme we've got going on, but I'm excited about those. And then in the same day, I picked up Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage, not from the Haunted Bookshop though. This I think I just got from the works because it was on sale, or they have like good discounts at the works. And I'd read the first book in this series. It's like a series of companion romance books, all sort of based around the members of a family. And so this is book 2, which is about, I think, the middle brother. Book 1 is about the younger sister. Book 3, I think, is about the oldest brother. And then there's a 4th one coming out, which I think is about the oldest brother's like ex-partner who he has a child with, but they're not together anymore. But she's still obviously like co-parenting and in their sort of family unit. But yeah, this is about Ada and Weston, and Weston's family own a ranch called Rebel Blue Ranch, and they do like riding lessons for kids and adults, I think. And Weston wants to set up like a sort of B&B, I think. They have like an old house on their property and he wants to do it up. And Ada is an interior designer who sort of comes on to the project, and romance ensues, I'm guessing. I had fun with the first one, so I thought I might as well pick up the second one. But the third one about the older brother is the one I'm really excited about, because that I think is a romance between the older brother and the best friend of the younger sister, and they don't like each other. But they had like fun vibes in the first book, so I'm hoping we'll get more of that in this book perhaps. and then I can really like delve into the third book. So yeah, fun little romance there. Then a pre-order came in for something I'd pre-ordered last year. Not last year. Last year was 2024. 2023, I pre-ordered a bunch of books that were going to come throughout 2024, and this was the last pre-order to come in, and that is Starling House by Alix E. Harrow. Alix E. Harrow wrote Once and Future Witches, which I read in 2023, I think, and I really liked that book. It was one of my favourite books of the year. And then I heard about her next book, which is this one. Cover gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This is about a woman called Opal, and she goes to this place called Starling House, which is a haunted mansion, I believe, to work there. And she comes across the brooding heir, Arthur, and something's going on. It's a haunted house, creepy vibes, and then I believe like a sort of grumpy to romance situation. And that sounds like my kind of vibe. I love a haunted house book. I like a romance where people start off like unsure of each other and then they end up like coming together because of something and falling in love. And I really liked Alix E. Harrow's writing, so I was very excited to order this and then get this in the post from my pre-orders. Then next up, we have one that I picked up in Sainsbury's, because supermarkets do like quite good book deals, and I'd seen this book around and I'd been like wanting to pick it up but slightly unsure because I'd heard mixed things, and then I saw it for like £4 or £4.50 or something in Sainsbury's, so I picked up Feybound by Sarah El Arafi. This I think I've seen a lot in like romantasy things, like posts and recommendations. This is about a warrior in the Elven army and her younger sister, and they are like thrust into the Fae's seductive world, torn between their loyalty to each other and their hearts. Fae stuff can be quite hit and miss for me, but I'm hoping that I will like this one. I really want to get back into reading fantasy more, because I read a couple of fantasy books last year and just really liked the vibe, and I was like, why do I not read fantasy anymore? I used to read a lot of fantasy when I was like a teenager, when I was younger, and now I only read like 1 or 2 fantasy books a year, and actually it's a genre I really enjoy. I also really like when fantasy has a romantic subplot, so I'm hoping I will like this one. Then the next couple of books are ones I got from a charity shop. So I was just out browsing, sort of doing a bit of like Christmas shopping towards the end of the year, seeing if I could find anything in a nice condition to like give to other people. And then I came across a couple of things that I actually wanted for myself. Well, one thing in particular, I came across Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read some Taylor Jenkins Reid before. I've read Daisy Jones and the Six, and I really liked that. And then in 2024, at the beginning of the year, I read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and I loved that one. So this, I believe, is like a slight spin-off from The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Like the characters in here are the family of one of Evelyn Hugo's husbands, but I don't think you need to have read Evelyn Hugo to read this. But this is set in the 80s, and it is about an end of summer party for this sort of rich family. The dad, the sort of patriarch of the family, is a famous singer who was one of Evelyn Hugo's husbands. And this is about like his children and like the sibling unit. And it just says, by midnight the party will be completely out of control. By morning the Reaver mansion has gone up in flames. So I just think like sort of Hollywood rich people party with lots of drama where obviously something goes horribly wrong. Sounds so interesting. And I know that the Taylor Jenkins read that is about like famous people like Daisy Jones and the Six and Evelyn Hugo, I've really enjoyed. So I think this could be up my alley, and just a very fun, like, summery cover. So I feel like I'm gonna have to save this for summer. But yeah, so I wanted to pick that up, and this was 99p by itself, or it was 2 paperbacks for £1. And so I was sort of like, I might as well get another paperback if it's literally a penny more to get another paperback. So I was looking around, there wasn't anything I was that interested in, but I did end up picking up the Shelley Bay Ladies Swimming Circle by Sophie Green. This is not the kind of book I would typically read. However, I recently joined the gym nearby to me, and one of the reasons I joined that specific gym was because it has a swimming pool, and I was like, I sort of want to get back into swimming because I always enjoyed swimming when I was younger, but I've not done it in years, or I'll do it like once a year, but still not in the past like 3 years or anything have I been swimming. And I was like, I enjoy swimming, I want to get back into swimming. And then I saw this and I was like, maybe I'll pick up a book about swimming and just women's swimming, and it'll inspire me a little bit. So this is just about a group of women who all come from like different circumstances. Some of them are older, some of them are younger, some of them have like got a lot going on in their life with like a husband and kids, and some of them are sort of on their own and wanting to find community, and they all join this swimming club, the swimming circle. And it's just, I think, about them bonding and friendship and stuff like that, which I like stories about women and women coming together for like a specific purpose, like a project or a club or something. So I'm hoping that aspect of it will sort of push me through a story that isn't the kind of thing I would normally read, and maybe I'll be really surprised and I'll enjoy it a lot. So I'm gonna give it a go. Then we have the last couple of books. This is one that I bought myself when I was doing a big shop for other people for Christmas. I was doing an order on Waterstones for presents for other people, and I needed a certain amount to get like free shipping and a certain amount of like stamps on my Waterstones card. So this is a book that's been in my basket for a while, like since I heard about it. And every time I've bought books, I've just never bought this one. And then I thought, I'm gonna pick it up. And that is Normal Women by Philippa Gregory. This says 900 years of making history. And it's just a book about women in history, but not necessarily like the famous women that we know, like particular women that we know, but just everyday normal women. It's about, yeah, regular women in maybe historical moments that we know a lot about, but we know a lot about the men in that point in history, but we don't know anything about what women were doing every day. Or, you know, a political movement where we do know about women, but we only know about like certain very famous women whose names we know, but we don't know the backdrop of all the other women who were involved. And that's what this book is, and that just sounded really interesting to me. My favourite kind of non-fiction is about women, reading about women, reading about their contributions to history, society, and yeah, bringing women back to the forefront in ways when they've previously been forgotten to history, because history is written by men. I did not realise, and I maybe should have considering it's 900 years of making history, how big this was. I thought it was going to be maybe like this size. It's a chunky book, so I think this is potentially one I'm going to start at like the beginning of the year, beginning of 2025, and then just read bit by bit throughout the year, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I just think it sounds interesting. This spans from 1066 to the 1990s by the look of it, which, my god, I'll learn a lot. I'm excited to learn. So that's the last book I bought myself, and then for Christmas I got one book as a gift. I think people don't buy me books anymore because I've got so many books and they potentially don't know what's on my shelves, so they don't want to buy me books. But my friend did get me a little cocktail recipe book, which I thought was fun. We both love our cocktails, and it is Taylor Swift themed. We both love Taylor Swift. So this is Shake It Up, cocktails inspired by the music of Taylor Swift, unofficial and unauthorized. So this is just various cocktail recipes, like sort of classic cocktail recipes, but they've all got a Taylor Swift twist to them. So there's like should have said Prosecco and White Russian Horse and Bad Blood D Mary, Flamingo Pink Gin, Suburban Legends, Fizz It Over Now, Slow It Goes, Look What You Made Me Brew. I love a pun, so just like the name of these is amusing to me, like Fizz the Damn Season, Coney Island Iced Tea. Very fun. So I feel like my friend and I need to have a little cocktail night. Probably get my sister involved because she also loves Taylor Swift. But this was just like a fun little present that I got at the end of the year, which was nice. So that is it. Those are all the books I got towards the end of the year, September to December. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I also got, I'll just show them quickly now, little bookmarks, 2 little bookmarks. I went on holiday with my friends to the New Forest, and we went to Burley, which is this like village that's known for being quite witchy, and so we went into a lot of like the witchy shops, and I saw a little bookmark which I thought was really cute, and it's just a little ghost that says creeping through the pages. I thought it was very sweet, and I hadn't bought anything there, and I wanted like a remembrance of our trip, so I thought I'd get that little ghosty bookmark, which is very cute. And then also I picked up towards the end of the year just this little bookmark. It's nice, like thick cardstock. I just thought it was pretty, butterflies. And a lot of the bookmarks I currently have, I've got a lot of bookmarks, but quite a few of them are just sort of like bookmarks I picked up from the library or bookmarks I picked up from random places. And so they're not like nice proper bookmarks, they're just sort of strips of card that have like random information on them or talk about other books that are actually books I don't own, so why do I have a bookmark for it? So I was thinking of getting rid of some of my bookmarks, so now I'm glad I can replace them with like 2 nicer ones that I have like a memory attached to, and this just seems like really good quality. So I was happy to have those. So 9 books and 2 bookmarks to end the year. So that is it for this book haul. Have you read any of these? Do you own any of these? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!